How are we doing today, people? It's another Sir Isaac video. We're going to be talking about my series, talking about literature, trying to have some fun. So today, I would like to talk about. Yesterday, we talked about the main character, Secret Agent Team, which is the Crows. They're kind of like the main characters of the series and stuff. The book focuses on that team a lot, but there's several other teams within the Black Shonen stories that the novel will focus on. And one is the Scrub Dogs. The Scrub Dogs are kind of like the weakest team out of the Black Shonen agents, but their whole side story is they want to get stronger so they can go up the ranks and become one of the strongest teams. Um, the Scrub Dogs are composed of my character Soul Pepper, who's a thumbnail to this video. She's a fire user. She's able to use fire. Um, there's two elves on her squad who come from another world, but when you read the novels, you find out they get involved with a secret agent. And in their world, elves with no tails have magic, strong magic, and elves with tails are strong with physical capabilities. So there's them. Their team also has a vampire, and whoever's blood she sucks, if they have a special ability, she can copy it for 5 minutes. And then their soul sister, Luna Pepper, who has ice powers. And they're kind of like the rival to the Crows, since the Crows like the up and coming team to be. They're not the strongest team, but they're like the up and coming team to be the strongest. While the Scrub Dogs are the weakest team, so they don't get a lot of the difficult missions, a lot of the fun missions. But each mission they're constantly trying to prove themselves, constantly trying to show the Society Unknown, which is the group they work for, that they're also a strong team. But through the novel, you'll see Soul Pepper and Juliet kind of have like a Goku and Vegeta thing going on. They're always competing. They're always competing to see who's the best, who's the strongest. And as the novel goes on, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny to see their actions towards each other. I try to make it pretty hilarious. I try to add some comedy in there. Um, but yeah, the Scrub Dogs are kind of like the opposite to the Crows. Kind of like just like this team, they're the weakest. They get the weakest. They get the easiest missions because of the weakest. They're known to lose a lot by just like simple things. They might be off on a mission. The mission might be get the scepter of Zion, and they get the wrong scepter. They're a team that loses by a little margin. But yeah, and like I said, it's comprised of Soul Pepper. She's a fire user. She she can't shoot projectiles yet, but she can make fire around her hands, and she has especially made boots, and she does like cool martial arts with her fire. She can hit and explode. She just can't shoot projectiles. I try to make her different. Maybe later on I'll give her projectile skills, but for right now, she can't shoot projectiles. And her sister Luna has ice power. She can make ice form around her hands, give her spears, stab people, boom, stuff like that, which I think is really cool. So that's cool. And let me think. And yeah. And then the elves, Sean Bolt, he's a tailed elf, and my world tailed elves, or the world Sean Bolt comes from, tailed elves are really strong at physical capabilities. So he has two daggers. He's really quick and agile. He has a bow and arrow. He's known for switching between his weapons really quick. Bada bang, bada boom. He's like an archer, a ranger type, very Dungeons and Dragony. I try to make him like. Shadow, his friend's a nine-tailed elf, so he's good at magic. And Shadow's like a little warlock, a little kid imp warlock, like an annoying kid to the nth degree. And he has cool dark magic. He can make people's shadows attack them. Shadow can make other creatures from another world just like bite into your soul. And he's like if an annoying kid had like the powers of a god. Um, Star is a vampire, but she's a mimic vampire, a special type of vampire. Mimic vampires can suck one's blood and then they can copy that person's ability for a certain amount of time. Certainly, so right now in this novel series, Star can only do it for like 5 minutes. She can copy someone's ability, but that's enough. 5 minutes can do a lot in a fight. So even then, Star's like a cool character, and Yeah, and Luna's Ice. And at first when I first created them, I wanted to be like a comedy gag team, like they lost, but it was really funny. And I still incorporate that with the team, but it's more like them rising from rags to riches at this point. So they start off as a weak team, but I plan for them to get stronger and stronger thing going, the showing thing. And that's kind of like a little side story besides Soul and Juliet having their little Goku and Vegeta rivalry. But besides that, yeah. Besides that, that's mostly what the Scrub Dogs are there to be the rivals for the Crows and to add some comedy for the team. And what's funny, so a lot of these characters I made. I mean, I'm 32 right now, about to be 33 September 28th. But a lot of these characters I made them back when I was like 16. You know, Soul Pepper, the Scrub Dogs entirely, besides Shadow, are newly created characters I might have created when I was 24, 25. You know, they're basically new. And yeah, and that's another interesting thing because a lot of these characters I've been made since I was a kid, so I kind of know who they are. I kind of know their backgrounds, their special abilities, their purpose. But with Soul Pepper, and then since they're new characters, I had to come up with new things, which was weird. It was kind of difficult, but in the end, I feel like they fit in the novel. I feel like they have a purpose in Black Shonen. I feel like characters who like to see the underdog, who like to see the weak become the strong, who like to see people struggle and have pain and misery, and that pain and misery become something. I think they'll like Soul Pepper and the Scrub Dogs. And yeah, and I've just been always been a fan of like the weak character who gets strong, or the weak character who tries hard. It's one of the reasons why I like Captain Boomerang in DC Comics. Everyone think he's a fool because he fights with boomerangs, but Captain Boomerang, from what I've seen, totally believes in himself, and there's no one really stopping him from doing what he's doing. Yeah, he goes to jail because the Flash whoops his ass, but in the villain community, people see him as a joke, but at least what I've seen and read, he totally believes in himself and takes himself as a serious person. So I like characters like that. The same with Usopp in One Piece. Usopp is my favorite anime character of all time. But Usopp, he's supposed to be the comic relief. A lot of people see him as a fool, but there's multiple times where Usopp whoops ass and defeats people. And Usopp believes in himself, and Usopp believes in his skills. And that's one of the reasons why I like him, because he's the struggle. He's a normal man on a ship full of super people, and he's just living and striving. One of the coolest characters in all of anime to me. I mean, this dude Usopp literally makes gadgets to be on par with these gods he fight with, and I've just always liked the underdog. And I always like gadgeteer, so Usopp has been like, and I like his character development. I've gone through hella self confidence issues. Usopp went through hella self confidence issues. I eventually broke out. He broke out. That's just a cool ass anime character, bro. It's my favorite anime character of all time. He's the best. He's Sniper King. He's a god. Um, what's another underdog character that gets held that just like Krillin and them? I respect them. The human DBZ characters that actually try, except for Yamcha, I respect them. Krillin and TN put in hella work through the series. They might get their ass whooped, but they put in hella work. They've done hella shit in the series that added up to the villain getting defeated. They might have not defeated the villain, but they've done hella shit. And in Dragon Ball, all the human characters are actually pretty useful in Dragon Ball. So, yeah, just characters like that. Characters you think are weak and they just come in and whoop ass. Like, one of the reasons why I liked the Harley Quinn originally, why I liked the Harley Quinn, before she got strong and defeated Wonder Woman and crazy shit like that. I just thought it was cool. The Joker had a girl villain that, like, kind of helped him, kind of not. And they're like, they're not the strongest characters, but they move through the villain world. They move through the superhero society. They did it. Now Harley Quinn is the most powerful female in all DC Comics. I don't know how she's defeating people, but she is. And those underdog weak characters that try and they eventually get the win. That's always my favorite type of characters. Who else? Who else? Who else? Um, Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho. You know, out of all of them, we all know Kuwabara was the weakest, but he tried and he got his W's. Kuwabara's another one of my favorite anime characters. He hella tries. He got that W. Boom. Who else? Who else? Who else? I'm trying to think, man. Who else? I'm trying to think of. I watch hella anime. I'm trying to think of anime characters that's weak, but they get their W. You ever watch Hitman Reborn? I guess he wasn't weak, but if you watch Hitman Reborn, I forgot the character's name, but he wore a little cow outfit. He would go on the hat, jump in, pop out, be older, and be somewhat stronger than what he was. He was a cool character. He was kind of like an underdog. I thought he was tight. Yeah, man, that's just it. The Scrub Dogs are the underdogs of the Black Shonen group. They're the team that everyone think gonna lose, but some days they get that W, and that's what it was about. All right, have a good day. Sir Isaac out.